Well, today I decided to come out and try out my Nikon Z8 using my 500 PF lens only. Today I decided to just bring my camera and that's it. No backpack, no tripods, anything. I'm going to hand hold the camera today, and what I'm looking for is some birds down at a place near Kingston, Tennessee called the Gupton Wetlands. Now it's not very far from my house. I think I've done videos on this before. If I have, I'll put a link right up here. Well, not right up here. I'll put it in the description after you watch this video if you want to watch another video I did several months ago. Today I'm using the Nikon Z8 and I've put the 500 PF f-mount lens on it, and my goal was to see just how well the Z8 and the 500 PF perform together. Now today is June the 9th, 2024, and we'll get that out of the way just for documentation purposes. I'm not too sure what kind of birds or wildlife I'm going to see today. It is about 11 o'clock in the morning. I have gotten a late start, and I just thought I'd drive down here and test this combination out. I hear red-winged blackbirds. In fact, I see one right down here in the grass. Just took off. Yeah, I hear him over here. It's kind of a cloudy, overcast day. I'm not too sure what the lighting is going to be like. We're going to let the Z8 do its thing and pick the ISO. Well, I'm shooting at 1/2000th of a second, and my ISO is around 200, which is not bad at all on a cloudy day like today. And I'm shooting at f5.6, which is the basement for this lens. The P500 is a very sharp lens, and it does very well on the D500, so I'm kind of curious of how well it does on this Z8 body. I just seen some killdeer flying around, and I have this set on 3D tracking. Oh, there's a green heron right over here. Hold on a minute, I gotta get this. Well, I wasn't quick enough for the green heron. He took off and went on down that away. So anyway, we're gonna walk around here. I see another bird up here. I'm not sure what it is. One of the things I've done this morning is I've set this camera up to shoot in DX mode. What kind of bird is that? Which gives me a little more reach on this lens. It's probably very similar to shooting it on the D500 in DX mode. So it should give me about 750 millimeter reach. Well, I just met another photographer down here. He had a Z8 with a 400 2.8 TC plus TC. So he was getting about 740 millimeter reach on full frame. And his name was Robert Hunt. I follow him on Facebook, so I think we're friends on Facebook. I'll have to check when I get home. I like to come out and take my time and just meander around these places and stand still for a while. Hear that? Sounds like a thrasher. Let's see if I can see it. Robert pointed out to me a hinga back there that they had seen, kind of rare for this area. A little bit far off in the distance. So I didn't bring a tripod with me, so I'm hand holding this 500 today, which is really a light setup anyways. A lot of birds here. Using this 500 PF on the Z8 is really a lightweight rig. It's real hand holdable, really easy to use. I've been seeing a lot of birds. I've gotten quite a few pictures so far. This pathway around here goes about half a mile back. I'm going to walk out to the end of it because that's usually where I see the most activity, at least on my adventures out here. Some people have different mileage. Some people see more at the beginning. Now my other lens for this camera is the Z-mount 180-600, which I think is a stellar performer on this body. I have read on the Facebook pages and some other places where some people are having a little bit of trouble with that lens, the 180-600. Now they just released a firmware upgrade for that lens, and it says it fixed a problem with the focusing between 400 and 600 millimeters in cold conditions. I don't know about the cold conditions part. I went ahead and upgraded the firmware on it, and I've done some shooting with it since I did that, and I think it does really well. Now, one of the things I had to do with the 500 PF when it was mounted to my D500 is I had to go ahead and use the auto fine tune on the body and the lens. And I believe the setting ended up being -7 after I did the testing. And that's what I stuck with, was -7. Now, surprisingly, I think the problem is in the lens, not the camera, because I had another D500 body before this one, and it had the same issue. It took a -7 to bring that lens into compliance with that body. One thing I've been reading about, and I haven't checked on yet, some people have been saying about using auto fine tune on the 500 PF on the Z8 or the Z cameras. I have not found that in the menus yet, so I don't even know if that's possible. But being that I got the same reading on two different bodies, I'm going to say it's the lens that needed the help, not the bodies. That's the D500 we're talking about. It feels like the dog days of summer out here. One thing I forgot to do this morning was to put some bug spray on, because with all this water around here, there's plenty of gnats or mosquitoes flying around my head. Well, I walked all the way down the end of the path, and I didn't see anything. Maybe a green heron, but I'm not even sure about that. I can hear plenty of birds. I'm gonna start heading back towards the vehicle, this half-mile path. One of the things you can do to improve your chances of seeing birds is to find you a local wetland somewhere, not too far from your house, one that you can visit often, and scope it out. See what kind of wildlife is there. See if there's a Facebook page about local wildlife, and follow that group and ask questions. Most photographers out here that you meet are pretty friendly. Occasionally you'll meet the not so friendly one, but not too often. Don't get discouraged. You're not going to find a birds or wildlife every time you come out. Just take your time. The more times you come out, the better your chances are of finding something. I haven't seen a whole lot today. I've seen a few. Well, I didn't have real good luck today producing too many quality images with the Z8 and 500 PF, and it was no fault of the gear. It was mainly fault of where I was at. There's some geese right out there, just sitting in the water. Anywho, thanks for coming along today, and I know you probably didn't get much out of that video because I didn't, okay? And my intentions of today was to come out to make a video, not to do photography and make a video, but make a video and then do photography while I was out here doing a video. I've been wanting to do this testing for a while, and I'm just not really settled on what I need to do. So again, leave me a comment if you got some suggestions for me. My name is Ron Durant. I live in East Tennessee, and I'm a photographer. Y'all have a nice day now. Bye-bye.